You have probably wondered why you failed so many times. For example, when you were doing that homework and you studied a lot and you got a pretty good grade. But another student, just copied another student or just used, I don't know, the phone during class or whatever, and they got a better grade than you. Haven't, hasn't that happened to you? Or you probably try to fix your mental health multiple times. But no matter what you do, you always end up in the starting point with depression, doing the bad habits, and all of that stuff. Well, I certainly have. And this to help all other men that have experienced this problem or that are experienced this, which will be really helpful. So, well, my name is Pablo. First of all, I've experienced this problem many times. Like you don't even imagine. As the example said, I used to study a lot. I mean, I'm still studying. I'm in school, but I used to study a lot, like for homeworks, exams, and so on. And I got, fairly good grades. But there were still people that were winning against me in that sense. They were getting better grades than I am, and they were just on the phone the whole day doing nothing productive. And it kinda messed me up. Now I don't even study, or well, now I do again, okay. But some time ago I didn't study much again, and it was a whole mess. It messed with my mental health. I tried to fix my mental health multiple times, but I always ended up lonely, depressed, and doing the bad habits, man. It was terrible. I always ended up that bad. I said to myself each time, I'm never going back to this path. And yet there I was. So I understood something, which was that it wasn't about the external world, it was about the internal world. The problem is within ourselves. We trap ourselves in our own failure. We think that, oh, I studied a lot and I did all of this, but I still. You think that the world and life are just unfair because how they treat everybody else that isn't even doing any good to the planet, and yet there you are, just falling to the same place. You think to yourself, complaining, oh man, I studied for a whole day for fucking 8 hours, 10 hours, and this guy just comes, uses his phone, copies another classmate, and there you go, easy 10 for them, and I go, what, a 7 or an 8. And that is exactly the problem. That is your problem. You keep complaining about life, about adversity, about all these things happen. That oh, he got a better grade than me, or he's more successful than I am. You think that he's successful and you're not because life is unfair. You think that he got a better grade than you just because life is unfair. You think that you don't have what you want, you're not what you are just because him, her, or whatever. Man, it doesn't matter. You think that life is unfair and you have been born that way, you've been born poor or whatever. But the reality is that you're a loser. You jerk off for most of your life and probably still do it. Same with video games, and you still complain why you're at such a position. You just complain, do nothing about it, and what? You ended in this video because you failed. You wouldn't be here because of that. If you were just some perfect random being of those animes that you love to watch or whatever, you wouldn't be here. You wouldn't be failing. You wouldn't watch a random video of me, a 15-year-old. You wouldn't know why we fail. It's because we're fucking humans, okay? Humans aren't perfect since the start of time. I don't know if you're Christian or whatever, but since God created humans, they fail, okay? They ate the prohibited fruit, let's say, and they failed. They failed the test. Simple. We've failed multiple times since the start of our life, since the start of humanity, actually. Like, where when some fucking gods that appear in the TV and animes and on magazines or whatever, one are just fucking heroes that happen to be bit by a spider and are invincible or whatever. We're just humans. We're just fucking humans. With this said, you can't help but fail at any point of your life and any moment. It's just inevitable, man. It will happen, yes or yes. It's something that you have to acknowledge. But we can do something about it. We can improve our mindset. You see, each time you fail, there's no doubt about that. But who will you choose to be? A weak, sniveling pussy who every time he fails he just complains about life, about adversity, that no, it's just too hard, everybody else is way too lucky, life is unfair, whatever. Or are you going to be a true warrior and let yourself shine, let your inner beast shine actually, to pass through everything, even if, well, you'll fail multiple times. There's no doubt about that. So why not face it like an actual champion, like an actual warrior, and actually pass through those hard times and become stronger? You'll continue to stand up no matter how many times you fall. If you fall 9 times, you'll get up 10 times. As simple as that, man. Okay? It doesn't matter, you have to continue. Every time you lose, it pushes you higher. But it pushes you past your limit, man. What you thought you were capable of. You learn from your mistakes each time. You fail because of this, you fail because of that. Whatever, man. We just learn about them and continue pushing as hard as we can. Okay? The hardest that we can to get to our goals. Okay? And remember, every time that you fail, it's just another opportunity for you to become stronger, to evolve, to actually become what you want, and to be the man that you want to be in your life. Take care.